So
Yeah.
yeah, always appreciated that. So right, okay, morning everybody.
Just for the purpose of recording, I should say that I've never been into Wetherspoons again, and I realised that the error of my ways. So
it was 7 years ago.
Yeah. Chris.
Okay, thanks, Alan. So morning everyone. I just want to explain what I do first, because an often said question when I speak to people and do one-to-ones with people, they don't really understand what a commercial finance consultant does. So these are the main things that I do. I want to talk a lot really about civil loans, about the coronavirus loans, but we just do this briefly first. So in essence, what I do is match clients with lenders, and we have relationships with most lenders in the UK, and the experience to know propositions, clients to lenders. So the main areas that I look at, business loans, not really relevant now because we're doing all these coronavirus loans, but pre-coronavirus, secured and unsecured business loans. Probably 70% of my time is helping customers arrange asset finance. Normally, this is hire purchase, and we prefer that because the client ends up owning the asset at the end, as against leasing, where they don't. So not just vehicles, mainly it's vans, small commercial vehicles, Ford Rangers, Nissan Navaras, all that sort of thing, but also most other assets are hire purchasable as well. Recent things I've done, shipping containers, machines, coffee roasting machines, and so forth. Main reason for using us is that almost always we're far cheaper than going directly to a dealer. As I said, we know what lenders to contact, and it's a tax efficient way of funding things. So working capital advice, either invoice financing or business or debt or loans, development finance, commercial mortgages, personal car finance, especially nearly new or second hand, and coronavirus loans, which I wanted to concentrate on. And I've got a couple of examples as well that I just wanted to explain to you. So originally, applying for one of these civil loans was a horrendous process through a high street bank. It took forever. They wanted so much information. A lot of clients were turned off by it. About a month or two down the line, so sort of May time, June time, some of the alternative funders entered the marketplace, namely but not uniquely Funding Circle. To be fair to them, they've got a really good process, really simple process. All we need, 6 months of bank statements, 2 years of accounts, a proposition, which I do, potentially management information, and that's all the information that I need. Loans, as the screen, between 50 and 250. The benefits of it are pretty similar to the bounce back loan. It's like a bigger version, if you like, of the bounce back loan. So that's between £2,050 and £50,000. Most companies seem to have one of these, and it's been pretty easy to apply for. So with this, there's no fees, no arrangement fees at all, no broker fees. We're paid directly by the lender. As per the bounce back loan, interest is paid by HMRC for the first 12 months, and there's a capital holiday for 12 months as well. No security or personal guarantees needed, not even a debenture over the company. Interest rates are advertised from 1.4% APR. Realistically, I haven't seen anything as low as that. Typically, it's between, the lowest I've seen is 3% APR, and then the highest 8%. So it falls in that range really. Quick drawdown, from proposition to drawdown, can be as quick as a week. We've done it in 7 days, so it's a really slick process. No early repayment charge, so a business can't repay it in the first 4 months, but the total term is 5 years, so they can repay it whenever they like in that 5 years. Perhaps the thing to remember is certainly with one lender, you can't pay it back in bits. Another lender you can. So you need to be mindful of that if the client wants to pay it back early in bit parts. Also, you can use the cbils, it's called a cbils, this thing. You can use it for hire purchase as well, and also development finance. But interestingly, the development finance lenders seem to be pulling away from the cbils marketplace now. So I just thought I'd just give you a couple of examples. I know Alan likes examples as to how I've helped clients with it. So I've got one drawing down this week actually. It's a company that supplies power backup to IT companies if they, or to companies if they have a system outage. So reasonably small company. They've got a £500,000 turnover in the last set of accounts. Profit making, as with most companies, had a drop in turnover with this wretched virus. 2 staff furloughed. They approached me, via an accountant I know, wanting to protect themselves if there's a second wave of the virus, and they've also got ideas to expand. They want to move into a bigger storage unit, so need money for that. Bring back the furloughed staff, and then potentially take on someone else as well. So we've done it through Funding Circle. They've got £100,000 loan drawing down. That's just sitting waiting for them to use. Potentially, if they don't use it, as I said, there's no early repayment charge with it. So on month 12, if they decide that they don't want the loan, they can just pay it back in full, and there's nothing to pay. They haven't paid a bean for it. It's no interest and no repayments. Another example, that one I did a month or 2 back, is a letting agent in Berkshire. The way that they expand is taking over other letting agencies. So this guy's got a contact who's retiring. What he's going to do is buy that company with the cbils money. The guy can retire, and then he's going to bring all of the landlords into his business, and then he'll have a year of earning commission off the rental, and have time to absorb that business into his company before on month 13 he starts paying interest back and starts paying capital back. Another drainage company doing the same thing. Again, it's 250,000. They're buying out someone that wants to sell their business. So they've got the money sitting there waiting for them. They're negotiating a price. When they're ready, whenever all the legal work, everything's been done, they've got the money there just to pay them off. So it's unheard of. The terms of this coronavirus interruption scheme thing are unheard of. No fees, no security, quick and simple process. Even with Funding Circle, I've never known them draw funds down in 7 days. It's I can't believe there isn't more businesses that have done it, really, because it's a fantastic scheme. So that's the cbils thing. The only thing I wanted just to run through is well, we need a broker, basically, what we actually do. So a couple of things I've mentioned before. So the big question is, if you're a business, who would you know what lender to approach? Say you've been trading for 2 or 3 years, you need a couple of vans or something. Who do you know to approach? The best lenders in the asset finance marketplace are not really household names. People such as Investec, Praetura, Hampshire Trust, Liberty Leasing. I don't think many people would know them, but they're pretty big players in the commercial finance hire purchase marketplace. So that's a big reason for using a consultant or broker. We're also consultative, we're not just order takers. I try and see clients. It's difficult at the moment with this virus, but pre-March I was pretty much seeing everybody, and there's always other things that you can speak about, other things they're interested in. We have additional dealers and things that are pretty vanilla. There's other things that we can include in asset finance, such as deferring the VAT for 3 months. What you can do is the lender in effect lends the client the VAT for 3 months. That gives them time to claim it back from HMRC, and then they have 2 normal monthly repayments. On the 3rd month, they have a normal repayment plus the VAT, which they've already claimed back, and that sort of contras it off. And then we manage the whole process. So from proposition to asset or fund delivery is managed. Pretty often, I've got clients that I've done 10 or 12 deals with. So you tend to become their trusted advisor in commercial finance, and then you're the first port of call. They tend to bypass their bank really, and then just approach me direct because I'm contactable, and we get the deal done. So that's most, I suppose that's the referral people, don't they? But has anyone got any questions? Is that pretty clear?
Okay, let's. Any questions from people?
Yes, I've got one, Alan, please, if I may. Hi, Chris. It's Ted here. Do you deal with individuals as well as companies? What I'm thinking of is doing bridging loans, for instance, for people going into care whilst they're waiting for properties to be sold.
Yes, yeah. It's